business.
Yeah, what's cracking, everybody? What it do? You already know it's Monday, and I'm right here for you. In the case of the Mondays, it's the Biz, and we are back here on Fish Biz Aquatics, the most liveliest, the liveliest, the funnest, most dangerous. I had to see. All right, so look. First of all, I can't even finish my intro because we got people doing all the stuff that you guys know. It pisses me off. All right, so Mexicali started off first. That's why he's in timeout right now. All right, you keep playing. You keep playing with the bull, you're going to get the horns. All right, that's just how that's going to go. So listen, a nice moderate 72 degrees here in St. Louis. We still have like ice piles in like the grocery stores and stuff from that big snowstorm that we've had. Even though it's been melting and we've been having rain, and now we've had a nice warm day, gets back to 46 tomorrow. It sucks, right? So now when you're in short sleeves and you think you can do it again, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. But I'm glad to see everybody coming on in. I've got a great interview for you guys today, man. Another hotspot contestant, another hotspot interview. I have him backstage right now, making sure that everybody is in attendance because this one's going to be big, and we're about to have a little fun. All right. So listen, without further ado, I'm gonna bring him up. All right. Name is Don, and he is the proprietor of NY Gold. Here he is. Don, welcome to the show.
Howdy. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody.
What's cracking? How you doing?
Good. I'm trying to get a charger.
Oh, okay. So
get my laptop charged in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I came to Don by way of Aquafunk, of course. And he was like, you know what, Don would be a pretty cool interviewee person. He doesn't really do a lot of interviews as far as that goes, but he's into some serious fish keeping and some different things. Let's get him up here and let's see what he's got going. So I immediately text Don. Don told me to hit him up. I hit Don up. We rapped for a couple of seconds, and I was like, yeah, so, you know, anytime that you want to come. He was like, hey, you want to do it tomorrow? I was like, wow. All right, we get her done. It was like no time like the present. What's cracking, J-Rock? Yeah, I was like, oh man, okay, let's see if we can get it cracking then. So I usually do a little bit more more trailers and more plug-in as far as that goes. I put one out, but the people are here, they're showing up, so I'm super excited, super happy, and I'm glad to have you here, Don. How you doing?
All good. Yeah, this is a really last minute thing, but neither one of us had much of a chance to do homework, so
hey, right,
here we go.
Right.
We passed this test.
He has not checked out the hotspot and does not know what's entailed. I gave him a couple of little, little couple of things that could be said, and he's going to handle it the way that a New Yorker should handle it, huh?
Why not?
Great. So now, what part of New York are you?
Brooklyn. We're in Brooklyn over here.
Brooklyn. All right. Is Brooklyn in the house? That's what's up.
Nice quiet spot, though.
Okay. All right.
Area, little waterfront spot.
Okay.
Brooklyn's best kept secret over here.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Now, in that waterfront spot, is that where you house most of your fish, or fine fish, or
no? But it's salt water, and I grew up there here on the salt water, but I have everything's fresh. For some reason, I don't know, salt water doesn't appeal to me. I think it's just too hard. There's too much going on and stuff like that.
That's interesting. A lot of people like the saltwater fish as far as if they're salty, they love them as far as color-wise goes and things of that nature. I am a freshwater fish keeper. I've kept African cichlids to start my journey off like that. So I can see the beauty in freshwater fish all the time. I believe there are all types of colors and shapes that that come into fresh water. So it's very interesting. So you got salt water outside your door, inside your house you have all freshies. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's there's no argument over which is prettier. You know what I mean? I mean, saltwater fish is like color TV versus black and white TV when it comes to the difference. But that's how I see it. I mean, come on, the saltwater fish, you walk into the store and it looks like they're plugged in. It looks like they have batteries in them. But there's just so much more to it. You know, everybody tries to talk you into saltwater, get a tank of this, and then you get into it. It's like, well, you can't have this fish with that fish. You can only have one fish in this giant tank. This one will eat your coral. This one will this one will fight. It'll tear this one's head off. And it's like, what can I put in here? You know, one shrimp and a damsel. It's just
right.
It's much more complicated to me than freshwater.
I got you. So for your journey in fish keeping, what started you off? What kicked it off for you? What was the big thing?
How far back? You know, as a kid, or just
take us to where you
first go to the beginning is you know, like, what is it, a bizarre affair where you throw the ping pong ball and you get the goldfish type of thing? I know everybody frowns upon that. And this is an ongoing conversation, and there's pros and cons to everything. And everybody says, oh, it's so cruel. They got these fish in a little bowl. People take them home and they die and blah, blah, blah. But more people through, like, you know, my age, like the 70s and stuff like that, got into fish keeping because of that.
Wow.
You know, as cruel as it was and how inhumane and the whole thing, but so many people were like, oh yeah, I went to a thing and I won a goldfish and boom, now I have a 200-gallon saltwater tank in my living room. It just, it starts this whole ball rolling. And, you know, from there it went to like a 29-gallon my dad got with the metal frames and stuff like that. We had a couple of comets in there, a couple of catfish. And I used to just sit on the stairs and stare into this thing for hours. So some people it just sticks in their head and they go with it. And other people are like, oh, nice. A box of water. So
yep, just went in from there. I like that. Okay. Funk was also letting me know that you're an avid fish breeder. Like you just touch it and it breathes. That's how
I try. It's like everything else. You have at the moment, honestly, everything I touch is failing. So I mean, I've been trying to breed like 3 different fish, and everything is. Are you part of a club in St. Louis?
I am.
Yeah. Do you have Breeders' Award points?
Yeah.
So we have the same, like most clubs, we have the Breeders' Award. So you try to, you get your points and stuff like that. So I'm always trying to breed something that I haven't bred before to get the points.
Yeah.
So I was doing like cherry bombs. So I got cherry bombs and I get them in my breeding tank and they are going through the motions of breeding. I'm getting eggs and nothing's fertilized.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what's going on. Is the water conditions? I don't know. I gave him a couple of weeks and I says, you know what? Let me add new fish in there. Okay. And sure enough, I put a handful of new ones. I put them in there and then boom, eggs. And the next day, everything's fertile. Everything's swimming around. Okay. So now I got about 100 of these guys and I have like a makeshift. Let me show you. It's easier to explain. You know Dean's fish room, right? With his Corey's Dean.
Yep. The Niter says, "What's up, Don?"
Hey, what's going on? So I have. It's kind of like the Dean setup, but it's with a sponge filter instead of the pump.
All right, let me. I'm gonna pump that up real quick. Okay, let's see what you got here.
So it's
okay. I got you.
Sponge filter, and it's just got some holes in it, and it drips into the tray, and then there's the hole in the back. The same thing. It's the same thing basically without the pump. So I had a whole bunch in there, and that whole tray fell off.
Oh, wow.
So all 100 of my babies went into the tank with everybody else and they got eaten and stuff like that. So just like setback after setback. And I have a thing of Congos. I tried to breed those. I'm on my 4th or 5th attempt with a different method. Nothing yet, but I got another trick up my sleeve I'm going to try.
Okay.
I have melon bobs in my breeding tank now, and they're not breeding. So it's easy to watch the videos. You're like, oh, this guy, he's breeding everything. But there's a lot of failures behind those videos, believe me. And they take forever to make. Because nobody wants to see you just like put fish in the tank and then, oh yeah, I got eggs. Ta-da, it's not how it's done.
It's like the guys who go to It's like the guys who go to the roulette table and be like, "I'm gonna show you how to get 1,000 off of 200." And they,
Yeah, it just,
there it is.
just
Like I
doesn't
know
work.
you lost like $4,000 before.
Show me all the videos, not just the last one. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I have a. It's just it's setbacks, it's successes, it's a little of everything.
Out of all of those, I guess, what would you say the biggest challenge of that was? Is it the unfertile of the eggs? Is it finding the different fish? Is it, making a combination that is, what's the biggest challenge to the breeding?
To me personally, it's certain types of fish, like certain types of tetras and stuff like that, like cardinals and neons and stuff. To me, they're very hard to breed. Some people are like, oh yeah, I breed them like crazy. I want to see it. Someone said that in the chat last time. I always say, they were like, oh yeah, I breed them all the time. Make a video and show me how it's done. And a lot of guys, I tried with lowering the pH and just all kinds of stuff, and it's just not. To me, certain fish are just tricky. Once you get that combination, boom, you can get them to go. I don't have the combination to some fish, and those little tetras right now are killing me.
Yeah.
Killing.
I feel like it's weird because I've tried to keep tetras as well, and every time I kind of go to they're like, yeah, we have some, but they're like a little on the weak side, or like the strand is. You've been in this hobby for years, so clearly you've probably had maybe better strands of the same species of fish that kind of probably are getting a little bit weaker. Have you noticed anything like that? Because
I know we were talking about it too with the neons, and I think it was Adam. He's the Nighter. He's in the chat, and he was like, here's a fish that has its own disease name.
Mm-hmm.
Neon tetra spots or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. So some of them are very, not all fish are easy to keep. Just because they're common doesn't make them easy.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they're great dither fish when you can get them. I've had to go all the way down to Florida and have Dan send me some that actually were a lot plumper, it seemed a lot healthier than anything that I saw in St. Louis, and all the 3 or 4 of the normal LFSs that I go to here. So I was like, man, maybe it's just because maybe by the time they get here, or if you can get them, wild caught or something like that, maybe it's better. I don't know. But,
yeah, I think it's, like I said, most of them are being mass produced now in places, and they get shipped, so they come a little emaciated because they don't feed them before they go. Then they get into the store, and they're all stressed out. And the store's just throwing flakes in there. They don't care if they eat or not. They get that once a day feed. So if they're stressed and they're not eating, they can go weeks. And then you come in and buy them, and they look like they're all. Some fish are they're hard to get at a local fish store because they just don't get the care they need. One of them is have you had Celestial Pearl Danios? Like when you keep them on your own and you're feeding them like brine shrimp and stuff, they're like little whales. They look like little trout. They're nice and plump, and their colors are great. In the stores, if you just throwing flakes at them, it just doesn't work. They get kind of skinny and bent, and it's hard to get good stock from a store. They have them, but it's not the same if you can get it from like a breeder or someone
So it's just like anything. It's just like anything else. If you got them in the best waters, the best environment, the best food, the better the food is, the better they'll come out, and things of that nature. Huh?
Yeah. Just like when you get fish from your club, it's usually someone local, the same water. The guy's taking care of the fish, and that fish will do fantastic in your tank. You don't have to you just throw them in, and that fish is going to be fine.
Absolutely.
You get that same fish from a fish store, and you got to be careful. It's touch and go.
It's definitely true. Yeah. For your process of selecting and pairing your fish for breeding, what does that look like? What factors do you consider when you start doing that? And have you done something out the ordinary, or have you thought about combining something that you can call yours?
Nah, I'm not a Jekyll and Hyde type of guy.
Okay.
I'm a purist, and I like species only tanks. I don't have them all like that, but I'm trying to get away from that, to a couple in each tank. But I'm just a numbers guy, and I have it on my refrigerator. You know what? Let me get it. Just it's a school thing.
Mexicali, you keep wishing him happy birthday, bro. I'm just gonna keep deleting the comment because my time.
Oh, don't do it. It's funk in there.
But I will go
So
back.
I don't know if you can.
You've been warned. All right.
Is it backwards on the thing? But like, it's basically statistics of the amount of fish you get and the percentage of getting a male and a female. So if you talk to this math teacher, you can ask him about this. He can do the math with this. But if you get a handful of fish, the numbers, like just get 3 fish, of course you get 2 fish, it's a 50-50 chance of it as it goes on. But once you hit the 6 number, that's when you get into like the 90 percentile. What is in here? Yeah, 98% chance of at least one of those being an opposite sex.
Gotcha.
So, and then from there, it just gets even better and better and better. But like, I don't have the 5 fish on there, but it's a drastic jump from 5 to 6. Statistics wise of getting. So once you get 6 or more, then there's a good chance you have at least 1 female or 1 male out of the bunch in there. So it's just, and most fish seem to do better, in numbers. I mean, I'm not like rams and apistos and stuff like that, but you need like pairs. But for anything else that schools, you throw a bunch of them in there and they just worry about themselves and nothing else.
Yeah, Funk said he don't do math. He don't do spelling either.
It's all right. We'll do the math for you, Funk. 6 or more. Can you remember 6? Take your shoes off. You probably got 6 toes on 1 foot anyway, so just count 1 foot.
Anybody who rags on Funk is a friend of mine. I'm with it.
Funk don't do math.
All right, so you've got the cherry bar. So I take it that first of all, how many tanks do you have down there?
About a dozen, maybe a little more.
20s and above, or 10?
Yeah, I got some 10s all the way up to a 90. Okay. I have 30 breeders. I have a 30 low boy, a 30 long, and then a 40 breeder, 20s, a little cute breeding cube, like a 7, little everything. I got some oddball tanks. I had a 45 high. It was weird. I like weirdo tanks.
Cool. That sounds pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Now, the cherry barbs, you're breeding those. What other species do you have up in there? What else you got? What are you breeding?
Let me spin you. I don't know if you can see. You see that's Manicapoon angels.
Oh,
they're
those are Funk's favorite angels.
Yeah, Funk's the angel guy. I think Funk kind of got me on the angel wagon because I didn't do angels and I started doing them. But there's Congos. There's some Grenadiers over here.
Okay.
Some goalies. I just got pencil fish. That's another thing too. Like I said, I got a lot of failures going on in here. Mm. I bought pencil fish in the store. They were very tiny, so it's hard to identify them when they're little. So they said they were like red coral pencil fish. So I googled them. It's a beautiful red fish with the line. I was like, so I bought a dozen. I put them in. I said, something else to breed. I had the space for them, and they never got red. I've only had them like a week or so. I got to give them a chance. They're still young, but I think this might be.
You got to give them your feed regimen and try that different stuff.
Yeah, I hope there's some, mistaken identity. Whenever you go to the store, like, they probably mislabeled it. It's always everyone else's fault. I was like, yeah, but you charged me for red coral reds. You didn't charge me for your basic pencil fish, but
the night of those angelfish on video doesn't do them justice on how they look in person. They're massive.
Yeah, Adam's here. Been here a few times. And, they're very. I think they're supposed to be the second largest angels in the world. Like the Ultims are the biggest, and these get almost as big. Not quite.
Nice.
I think they usually get like 9, and a Ultim gets like 12 inches.
So, all you have are species tanks because of the breeding. Do you have any fish that you put together, like a display tank, or something to showcase a different region that has different fish in it, or you just got all species all the time for all breeding?
Not pretty much just all species all the time. I just do a lot of stuff because I'm very active in the club. So
Nice.
we have our auctions and stuff like that. So I always try to bring bags of whatever I have. And like, I'm not really a plant guy, but plants do very well at the club.
Okay.
So I got some jungle val, and I started planting. And I suck at plants, don't get me wrong, but some things
Hey,
just
high
I put
five.
them in there.
I had some jungle val, killed it. I had a mother. What I was telling you guys last week, a mother Amazon, I had the big one. And I was like, man, I'll put this in the center. It's gonna be good, melted. I don't know. I can't do it.
But knock on wood, it's doing very well. So I can take clumps of this to the club. I have an entire tank dedicated to Java moss. I can bring it in by the pound. So that's nice. I have some wasting, all the easy stuff. Nothing fancier than that. But
Garcia said that his super red parrot laid some eggs, and Funk says Donnie been coming up with some cool way of breeding out angelfish. Is that something you're sharing, or are you keeping that to yourself?
I don't know if it's a cool way. It was just different. I have I think I did a video on this, and Funk I think liked it. But let me see if I can. I'll take this out of the tank for a second. This is just a piece of PVC, 2-inch PVC pipe.
Okay.
And you know how people use breeder cones?
Yeah.
And they put those cones in the bottom, and for discus and stuff like that.
They're supposed to lay those eggs on.
Yeah, but I always found like the angels like to breed high in the water column. So if you put the breeding cone down on the bottom of the tank, sometimes they put them on the glass high up.
Yeah.
So I took a piece of PVC. This is only 12 inches long, and I sanded it so it was rough like a breeding cone. I cut a hole in the top, so now I can just span this across the tank, and it's just, right near the side. So the angels could lay eggs up on here, and then I have like a 99%, breeding ratio where they're breeding on this. So now you can take this and put it into another tank, and then breed them somewhere else. So it's just a twist on what everyone else is doing. And the bottom, see all the holes set up like that? Because you want to aerate the eggs. So I can send an air line down the top and then have an air stone. If they lay eggs on this side, I can have the air, pick a hole wherever the eggs are laid, I can come out that hole and then have the air just waft over the eggs and aerate them for me in a separate tank and not have the parents eat them.
That's dope.
So it's just a simple solution to a problem that I know a lot of people have it. A lot of people, but I just feel that I think especially in a deep tank, the top 10% of the tank is going to be warmer than the bottom. And I think they want that warmer water for the eggs to mature fast. It's just my theory. It may be complete crap, but I'm sticking to it.
Dope. Hey, if it's working, you keep it popping.
And this is a $2 item. You know what I mean? You can make this with a piece of, get that pipe probably 4 feet long for $2, make a bunch of them, and use a chopstick to hang it off the edge of the thing. So I have it high up in the aquarium so they can. And like I said, I'm not even kidding. Most of the time, I think one time they went on the glass instead of that, or a downspout or something. They almost always choose that. Almost.
That's
good.
Niter asked me a question. I'm not really sure. Look, I thought they were red hooks, but they also have spots. So I was like, they're spotted silver dollars or possible red hooks. Yeah, but I got them from my auction at the Mozzie, and they're really doing really well. Only lost one when one of my Starry Nights attacked it. That was the one in the classroom, so I still got one left in there. The kids were like, "Ooh, is this a piranha?" Close. Put your hand in there and see. Alex Cardinale was my first interview, and he was last week, and he is in the chat. Was cracking with you. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you all. Make sure you guys smash that like button, man. As we continue with Don here. You're big in your club. Right on, Way. If you want to go to Don's YouTube channel, NY Gold, there it is. There's the link. Make sure you guys go hit him up, please. Rewarding moments as a breeder. You've said that you've getting the points for doing the breeding. What has been, I guess maybe your is it the total points that you get, or is there something more that you get? What's up, animal?
When you like, there's certain you kind of get awards, I guess, and they give you a different name. You know, you breed so much, you get so many points. You're a hobbyist, then you're a senior breeder, then you're a master breeder, and it just goes from there. Sure. And honestly, I don't even know where I am.
Okay,
I have no idea. And
you gotta find out so you can throw that all over your channel, man.
I do, but you know D from Brooklyn? He was on he's in charge of putting it all together.
He came to Missouri and spoke at our auction.
Oh, really?
We always have a dinner with the speaker, so I was able to sit down. And actually, I was going to get him on the hotspot.
Yeah, he's the VP of our club. Get him on. He talks saltwater, freshwater. He's good. He's good.
Yeah. I might hit you up for his number if I don't have it anymore. See if he wants to jump on after we finish this. Yeah. So I guess that is super cool, man. So yeah. What about when it comes to treating? Like what's your regime for health, especially for the smaller fish? For example, like I know that clown loaches are more common to get an ick, so I keep them in warm water as soon as I get them. Like I keep them in like 80, 81, 82.
Yeah, that's my problem. In my basement, it's cold down here. I don't have like real heat, so it doesn't get like freezing cold, but it gets like in the 50s. So my heater's really like, I have to, even like a 20-gallon tank, I have to put a 200 or a 300-watt heater to get that up to temp. So my heaters are constantly fighting. My electric bill is through the roof this time of the year. It really is. That's why I actually try to downsize some of the tanks because it just gets crazy. But when it comes to like fish in the store, I mean, everybody has a different technique, and I'm not a store. I'm just a guy. So I do believe in quarantining, but I don't believe in medicating unless I see something. So if I have say a small 10-gallon tank, I just get some Tetris in the store, and they look all right. If they look like crap, I'm not going to buy them. So I, try to have the guy pick out the best ones, whatever, and then put them in there, and then I'll feed them, make sure they're eating, monitor them. If they look good, a week or so, then they go in.
And if they don't look good, in your quarantine tank.
Right, they'll be in the quarantine, and I'll just monitor them. I'll just watch them. I feed them, make sure everything's good. Try to give them good stuff. Give them some bloodworms. Give them some brine shrimp. Kind of mix their diet up, get them going, get them plump. And then if things don't look great, then I'll start medicating with whether a general cure or something like that. I'm trying to find. It's. I think you do. Nobody's a vet. But everybody claims to be one. They're always like, "Oh yeah, I saw a white spot, so they're throwing meds and salt and heat." And sometimes I think it's more dangerous to just, you wouldn't do that to your kid. You gotta give him, Pepto-Bismol. He stubbed his toe. If you don't know what it is, you take the kid to the doctor, and the doctor diagnoses it, and they figure it out. But you can try to, look. Everybody has their own thing. But sure. I do medicate.
I've done both, and so many people always, and as soon as you get your YouTube channel, you just automatically are a master of everything that you say. Like everything out of my mouth is true, so whatever I say goes. So
but you're also wrong. No matter what you say, there's always somebody that's going to be like, "No, you don't do it like that. You have to medicate. You have to do this. You have to take X. You have to do that."
So I've done the general cures, I've done the APIs, and then someone was like, "Dude, all you got to do is just heat your water up and throw some salt in there." I was like, "So I've done that." I was like, I don't even know which one works. I don't know which one is working right now.
Yeah. Look,
you just got to go with works for you. Yeah. Lifetime Aquatics asks how your laser quarries are doing.
They're doing good. The only problem with those is like I have them in a 33 low boy, and that's the only, like, I tried to scape it, doing my, I'm not a scaper, I'm not a plant guy, but I'll show you, why not? All right here. I don't know if you see it, but that's the one I have the pencils in. And behind that rock in those plants is a log with holes in it.
Hold
And
it down a little bit.
So
Yeah. All right. So there's the log and the rock. Okay.
behind that rock is a log with a hole in it. And
Okay.
all the lasers, there's like 2 dozen, maybe more, in that log. And they come out at night and when I'm not here. And then, but they keep the sand beautiful. They turn it over, they keep it nice. They do a great job. But they're in there and there's tons of them.
Nice.
I just think, let me ask you a question. Do you have a least favorite fish?
I'll ask the questions here. What the hell's going on?
I think I got to answer one question.
Least favorite. I don't like Chinese algae eaters.
Okay.
And they're not my least favorite, but they kind of are because I can never find them. Clown pleco, like I have one in here somewhere. I he's been in there for forever. I don't.
That was my point. Like, there's so many pleco people. Like, it seems to be like it's still the hot fish. I was just waiting for it to like not be popular anymore, but people just find another pleco to gravitate to and call the greatest ever. But I can't stand them. They're not good looking.
Stand plecos?
I have. I'm trying to breed them for the stupid points, and I got my hands on bushy nose green dragon plecos or something like that. And I see those sometimes, but somebody gave me a beautiful one. It was a laser one, and I see it once a month maybe, and there's a snowball in there.
Oh wow!
And I didn't see it for 2 years. Not kidding, 2 years. I thought he was dead. I cleaned the whole tank out, did the whole thing, never found him. And then all of a sudden I did a water change and he was out, and I was like, I thought that guy was dead. And I'm like, it's just
it happens. Yeah.
The bushy nose are so ugly, I don't want to see them, but they're always out. But the other ones I want to see are it's not a laser pleco, it's a flash pleco. I'm sorry. And the flash is a nice looking pleco. He has these wild lines and stuff, but never seen anything. But I don't know. I understand the challenge of trying to breed zebra plecos. I get that. Anything that's challenging, it seems like fun. I mean, expensive. That's an expensive challenge, but I can see that being like, all right, because if you can crack the code on that, you can really,
for sure,
you can save the fish from extinction.
Chat, put in your least favorite fish. Least favorite fish right now. Chat, put in your least favorite fish. All 19 of you guys who have had the gall to put something in, and all you lurkers, you can put something in too. What is your least favorite fish? Lifetime Aquatics asks, what's your biggest challenge with breeding the laser cories?
Getting them to breed in the beginning. There's different techniques people use to get them to start. Like it takes a long time for those cories to start to breed. You can get a cory is like an inch long, whatever. It may take a year, 2 years from that point to get them to breed. These took about 2 years before they were of breeding size. And it's hard to gauge when they're ready to rock and roll, And there's certain things you can do to get them into the mood. And I don't know, I have a video on it if you want to see it, but to make it short, of course, it already does the big water changes. You change a ton of water.
You dim the lights, play a little Barry White.
Candle. Words of fun. And a lot of people, they swear by the colder water. And I swear by just the water change, like water temperature change. If my basement is if it's in the winter and my tanks are running cool, I'll give them warmer water. Okay. I can't go from 75 to 70 or 72 to 65. I'll kill the things. So if I'm down to 72, 74, I'll bump it up to 78, and then do the water change like that. And if I'm at 78, it's summertime, then I'll drop it down to 72. So it depends on where we are with that. And then I found that if you put on a power head and get the water moving in there, water change, power head, and once they're, ready to go, you do that and they'll be The next morning, you can have eggs.
Oh, wow.
As soon as the next day, 24 hours.
Well, we got some least favorite fish in here. So banjo catfish for Seville Steve. Aquafunk is talking Brooklyn Aquarium Society on here. We've got I thought I saw some more. Hold on.
Alex says flower horns, not a fan.
Yeah, Alex Harnell said I love growing carnivorous plecos like the vampire pleco and the various cactus plecos.
All right.
Alex Cardinale is in on that one. Guppies are the least favorite here.
Guppies?
I can't stand biz cichlids. They look funny. One parrot hybrids. I don't know if he was trying to. All right, and you already said flower horns, freak of nature fish. He doesn't like bristlenose and blood parrots.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
No thanks. They look like a floating roach. They do. That's Schneider is serious. Yes, I'm with that. Someone can't stand the glowfish, which is funny because that is how a lot of my students are getting into fish keeping. I don't have any, but I had some, and every time I do it, the girls go crazy. I want the pink one and the yellow one and the green one, and I'm like, well, whatever it takes.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I don't hate them because it's not the fish's fault. And the fish, the skirt tetra or whatever it is, the black skirt or the Danio.
Yeah.
They are what they are, just that they happen to be glowing.
Now you might not like me for this, but everybody knows that, and you might stop being friends with me. But I think that Oscars are adorable when they're little and medium size, but they are ugly when they get old. Like the eye looks crazy, their mouth is open. I haven't seen a good looking one. Maybe it's just me, but I don't want one for that reason. Like I have to give it up after it gets medium size.
Yeah, I went through an Oscar stage, and it was a great story by one of my neighbors. He had a wood burning stove in Brooklyn, and he had a bunch of wood in his yard, and he was an older guy, and he asked me if I could cut the wood up for him. And it was the summertime and stuff like that. So, he wanted to get ready for the winter. And I spent the whole day in his yard cutting this wood, chopping it, piling it, this whole thing. I was like, I don't know, 15 years old. And when I was done, I went inside the house and he was going to pay me. And I was staring at his fish tank. He had like a 20-gallon tank on the stand with these Oscars in it. And I was just like, this is the coolest thing. He was like, oh, you like that? I was like, oh, it's beautiful. He goes, you can have it. So he gave me the tank, the stand, the fish, the water, everything. And I was like, out of my mind. I was like, this is the greatest day ever. So, I lowered the water down. We backed the fish up. I put him, he was on the canal. I put him in the boat, took everything home, set it up. And that was my first Oscar. I think my last one too, but it was, I don't know, just because of how I got them, the whole story behind it. I loved them. It was they were a lot of fun.
Yeah. Funk hates pea puffers and scrimps, but he goes and gets them. But you didn't know that he was a pea puffer flusher, did you?
No, puffer hater. How do you hate puffers?
Does not like the pea puffers. This is his least favorite.
I wasn't a big shrimp fan, only because I couldn't keep them. And then I finally figured it out. Just, I don't know. I would get shrimp and they would die or they get eaten or whatever. And then, boom, I had a population explosion and I started selling them to the store. And I says, hey, wait, this is easy. It's a 10-gallon tank. I just feed it some flakes. They multiply like crazy. And they're like $1 a piece. I took 100 to the store, and I still had tons left. I took 100 in the tank. You wouldn't even know. So they can be very, you
are selling to some LFSs. They're counting on you, the Don the breeder, to bring in your species, right?
They're not counting on me. Not anymore. They were during COVID because they couldn't get shipments in. And I'd go in there and they'd have a lot of empty tanks and they're like, what do you got? What do you got? And I would just bring them whatever I had.
Sure.
And then, but then, then when things got better, they get picky. They want what they want. Certain things go, like when I get those Manicopuros breeding, I can sell them, and I could sell them on the side for a lot more than taking them to the store.
Absolutely.
But it's just a lot easier. I don't know if you ever done anything like that. It's just,
pack them up. You already know where they're going. You don't have to haggle. It's just, it's
just a pain in the neck. Like people, they get my Instagram or whatever, and they're PMing me this and that. Do you have any angelfish? Do you have? How big are they? What's your pH? All day? I'm at work too. I'm like, I'm answering all these questions, and I'm like, I'm not trying to put a deal together. I'm like, look, if you get this, I'll give you a dozen for this much, or a half dozen for this much. How big is your tank? And at the end of the day, they're like, oh, I don't have that tank set up yet. I'm like, you've been breaking my fool all day. I didn't even come on, man. What do you think this is? I'm not a store. It's what I would.
I need you to be ready if you're gonna do all of this.
Yeah, I take lefts and take them to the store.
Hold on 1 second for me.
Go ahead.
You. All right, this is the part of the stream that I have to go run and do something real quick. So I'm asking my person that I sent the link to jump in real quick and then pitch hint for me. Some of the further questions I wanted to ask was tips for my students. I told you I'm a high school teacher. Sometimes my students chime in. They have become fish keepers just regularly because they have no idea what to do with anything. So I've given them the bare bones and the basics in hopes that they will continue to learn more about fish and things of that nature. If you had any tips and misconceptions on breeding, some tips on breeding and any misconceptions on breeding. I'm gonna have my pitch hitter come in real quick, and I told you what I had to do, Don. So
go do what you got to do. Oh boy,
yeah, enjoy.
That's Billy Joel.
What's up, Donnie? How you doing, brother?
Mr. Funk. I know you.
Dude, I was so upset with you when you didn't tell me ahead of time that you was doing another Brooklyn Aquarium Society.
Yeah, honestly, we had it planned, and then it got all screwed up, and then it was unplanned, and then last minute, what happened is we did it with D, right? So we always have we meet at the Brooklyn Aquarium Society the second Friday of each month, but the board members meet the first Friday. So he thought last Friday was the first Friday of the month, which was the last Friday of the last month. So everything got all screwed up.
So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I accidentally came across the coolest live stream that I have. I'm talking about it. I keep saying it. Y'all need to go check out. I put the link in the chat. It's a little bit up there. It's the Brooklyn Aquarium Society, and it's the Brooklyn Aquarium, and it was one of the funnest chats because it's very interactive. I thought the way you did it was genius. I don't know who came up with that idea of having leaderboards, but what I really liked about it is no matter what you thought about a fish, you took a tally of the panels, judgment, and a tally of the people in the chat. So even if you liked the fish and other people didn't, you still went ahead and graded it accordingly to what everybody. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, we did it again. We did it with saltwater angelfish on last Friday, and there was some fish that we liked, and the chat just dragged the numbers down. And we're like, oh, it went from like an A to a C because the chat was like, so it is what it is. They pulled it.
Yeah, I'm somebody who is it? Lifetime Aquatics. Yeah. I had the pea puffers, and let me give you an impression of a pea puffer.
Oh, come on.
That's it. That's all they do. The damn thing stared at me all the time, didn't do nothing but look at me, and I didn't like them.
You had one?
Huh?
You had one pea puffer?
I had 5.
Oh.
And here's and Biz keeps saying I flushed them. And I want to say, I did not flush them. I did not flush the pea puffers. But I can honestly say is I don't remember what I did with them either.
Oh, boy.
I don't. I think I cared so little about them. I gave them away to either LFS or somebody. I didn't flush them, though. I just really don't remember what I did with them. They were terrible fish.
I like pea heads. I wish they were a little bit bigger. They're just getting my eyeballs. I can't see those damn things. They're so tiny.
Yeah, so I got me 3 Fahaka puffers.
Oh wow.
It was look. So this is what happened. So I went to one of my channel sponsors who's a has a farm and a LFS, and he was like, go ahead, get yourself a Fahaka. And I was like, oh cool. But can I get 2 because one always die. If I get one, it's gonna die. I'll have it for like a year. It'll die or something. Then I'm stuck with nothing. He was like, yeah. And then the dude was like, well, why don't you just go ahead and get 3 so that if one dies, you have 2 to choose from. I was like, yeah. So I just knew I was at least gonna end up with 2. No, these little suckers, they started out as little as pea puffers. Now I gotta find homes for 2 of them.
Wow.
They get too big. At
least you didn't kill him. That's a good thing. You didn't kill him.
I like them. I wish I could keep them, but realistically, I don't know what I can do with 3 Fahaka puffers that need huge tanks for themselves.
What do you feed those things?
They eat only frozen and live stuff. That they eat. If I could get my hands on snails like nuisance snails, pest snails, trumpet snails, those work. I just put some feeder shrimp in there, bloodworms, brine shrimp. They will not eat a pellet they will not eat a pellet. I don't know. So I got a question for you because we're talking about breeding, and there's a bunch of fish out there that people consider difficult to breed. You ever thought like what's your holy grail? One day I'm gonna breed this fish just because people say it's so hard. I'm gonna see what the deal is.
I don't know. To me it's impossible. I can't do neons or cardinals. It's very hard.
So I remember you was talking about this on your live stream. Florida has incredibly strong, large neon tetras. I'll see if I can't arrange you getting some neon tetras from my source. They always come in large. They always live. I don't like neons, but if I were to get neons, I would get them. The reason why I ask is, like, for instance, puffers seem to be difficult to breed. You ever think about breeding puffers?
No, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like I would rather do something. I would rather try to breed something that's struggling in the wild. Like even though it's expensive, like zebra plecos are like endangered or critically endangered. If you can find a way to breed those better, almost like a foolproof way that they're almost always going to breed, maybe faster, more better babies, whatever. I would be more interested in doing something like that than just taking some fish that nobody's ever bred before.
You got any goldfish in your home?
I do.
How many? Not like you used to have.
3.
3 goldfish.
3.
You know what's funny? I started my channel on angelfish. I have no angelfish right now.
I just got these recently. It's been a while.
But it gets to a point where you're like, okay, what else can I do? You know what I mean? Like I bred them, I sold them, I bred fancy ones, I bred plain, I made profit, and now I'm like, what else can I do? You know?
Yeah, but I think it went the wrong way. Like if you wanted like a successful channel, all the people like went goldfish and ran with it are huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Goldfish are very popular out of the United States, and out of the United States, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I think me and you have very similar ideas on fish. Like, I don't know, like, and this is just from how long have we known each other? Going on 6 years at least.
At least
6 years. We kind of started at around the same time.
Yep.
That was the good old days. I feel like an old fart because it was the good old days. A lot of times I'll see people, talking about YouTube that they just started, and I'm like,
it's a wormhole. It's the longevity thing. Like so many people, I think so many people just get into it because they think they're gonna like make money off it, and they don't need to work anymore. It's just this doesn't work like that. I don't know, not for me. It's just I do it because fun.
I think it okay, so from what I've seen, the people who are willing to just say damn it all and go all in, and bills be damned, family be damned, unless you have a significant other that's right there with you in it, it's hard. It's hard to have a real life and try and do YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to do that.
Do you remember when Jadrin had those sticker packages? And if you get some stickers, he gives you like one of like everybody that made stickers for the. And I have a hood from the light, and I put all the stickers on there. And if we went through those stickers, I bet you 10 are still doing this. You know,
Really?
maybe 10. Well, yeah, think of how many people just dropped out. You know, just don't do it anymore.
And I say that all the time. I'm like, yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of people come and go, and I've only been doing this, like I said, going on 6 years, and I've kind of been a little bit numb. Like, I don't get as worked up over some of the drama, because now I just clown on people more than anything, because I'm like, yeah, you probably ain't gonna be here next year, so you know.
Never know. Things happen.
All right, so look, you about to get in the hot spot, I think.
So you want to stay for the hot spot?
Yeah, he's gonna be all inappropriate and everything. But I'm gonna head off.
Man. Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's enough. Yeah, get out of here. All right, so listen. Very seldom do you get to do funk like that. So when you do it, you gotta do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we've had a great time up here together, and now it's time for you not to like me so much. So
I'm gonna shut you off like you did the funk.
We're gonna get into the part that most of the viewers have chimed in for. We're gonna go ahead and put Don right into the hot spot right after a message from our sponsor. Yes, here we go.
End.
All right, now welcome back. All right, so look here, Don. We're going to throw out a disclaimer, and then we're going to get the intro to the hotspot, and then you're going to be in. And this is just a bunch of rapid fire questions that come straight at you, where you only know the answers, you and only you, and answer at your own discretion. This is where we get to know a little bit more about you. So let's get it cracked.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
Oh boy.
Me and Don, this is going to be a crazy one. And there's a lot of live streams on Monday night, but this is going to be your favorite one. And guess what, y'all? I'm not going to play with them. Let's get them into the hot spot right now.
No got fire, no got flame, no got fire, no got flame, no got fire, no got flame, no got fire, no got fire, no got flame, no got fire, no got fire, no got flame, no got fire, no got flame, no got fire, no got flame, no got fire, no got flame.
Welcome to Fishy Biz Aquatics, the hot spot.
Yes, sir. Don from NY Gold. Let's get you started real nice and easy, real nice and breezy. These could be some favorites. This could be some this or that. You could choose one or the other. Here we go. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Beach or vacation? Or I'm sorry, beach or mountain for vacation?
I'll take the mountain.
Take the mountains. All right. Where?
Upstate New York, Catskills.
Ah, nice. When we asked for coffee or tea, you said?
Tea.
All right. What kind of tea?
Decaf. English breakfast. Regular.
Okay. All right. Okay. Little class and pizzazz right there, Don.
Caffeine makes me nutty like funk, so I can't.
You don't want another one of those.
No.
Pizza or taco? New York?
Pizza.
Pizza or burger?
We'll go burger.
All right, there we go. What you like on your burger?
It all. Put everything. Put chili, cheese, onions. Put it all. I want to run it down my arms.
Nice.
If you're gonna do it,
Yeah, do it big. I'm with it. Summer or winters?
Let's go summer all day long. Then close.
Would you like to accidentally send a text to your crush or your boss?
I guess my boss. My boss is cool.
Oh, okay. All
I can send him anything. I can send him anything.
Frank says you're from BK and drink tea. What the F?
Oh, listen, come
on. Zipper down, meet out in public, or trip and fall in front of Times Square?
I'll trip and fall. I probably tripped and fell many times in front of Times Square.
All right. What's your favorite vacation spot?
I like the Cayman.
Okay. All right. All right. Boxers or briefs?
Let's go boxers.
All right. Boxers or commando?
Boxers.
All right. Still rocking with it. Okay. Would you send a stick pic or would you rather receive a crotch shot?
I'll take the crotch shot. The crock pot.
Childhood nickname?
Donnie, I guess.
Okay. All right. All right. Favorite late night snack?
Frosted Flakes.
Nice.
A bowl of cereal. 50 years old, eating cereal.
They are great. Favorite guilty pleasure?
Gin and tonic.
Nice. I'm with that. Okay. I used to be a fan of that. All right. Late night smushy or early morning smushy?
Oh, I gotta go early morning.
Okay. All right. I'm not mad at that either. There you go.
Hey,
get your day started right.
Most people are ready in the morning.
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Why waste it?
Yeah. Get your breakfast morning going. Get ready. Lingerie or PJs for her?
Let's go PJs.
PJs. What you want? Flannels or silks?
Yeah, sweats, cut off sweats, something like that.
Okay,
You know,
all right. Whatever turns you on, Don. This is your hot spot. All right. What about satin or cotton?
I don't know. Let's go cotton. Let's go cotton. If it sweats, yeah, go cotton.
Thongs or boy shorts?
What's the first one? Bones?
Thongs or boy shorts?
Oh, let's go with a thong.
Okay. All right. Thong or bikini?
Let's go with a thong.
Okay. All right. Keep it going. All right. Wine or cocktails?
Cocktails.
All right. Dark or light?
Light.
And that would be liquor you were talking about, right?
Okay. I thought it was talking about tea or coffee, but all right.
Dark or light? Dark or light women?
Oh, I have no preference.
Okay.
Whoever's willing.
It's all
Whoever's willing. If you're willing to go, I'm willing to go.
Dark or light chicken?
Oh, I like dark meat and the chicken.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Favorite order at the bar? Still gin and tonic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Still rocking with it.
Bombays.
Okay. Sapphire Bombay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill or night out on the town?
I like sitting around the house. I'll go Netflix.
And chill. All right. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Pancakes or waffles?
French toast.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm with you on that. That's not bad. Favorite pickup line?
I know I don't have one.
No.
I wish I did.
Yeah, you got to think of one, Donnie. You got to get out there.
You got a mirror in your pocket so I can see myself in your pants. I don't know.
Boy. Boy. Now we're talking. Oh, there we go.
How about the stupidest pickup line? That'll work.
Oh my God. Blindfolds or handcuffs?
Let's go blindfold.
Okay. Bare and bald or hair and all?
Let's go hardwood floors.
Okay. All right. Favorite body parts on her?
I don't know.
Oh, you know.
Oh, I know.
All right. Favorite body part on you?
I don't know. I never thought of it. Pass.
Pass. Smushy in the shower or smushy in the car?
Let's go in the shower.
All right, there you go. There you go. Cool name for a dog.
Gobi.
Okay. Gobi would be what kind of dog to you?
That would be a fish. But that was my I had a half shepherd that looked like a dingo. His name was Gobi.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool name for a cat.
Dead.
Oh my God! The internet's gonna hate.
I know. Mr. Whiskers or something like that. I know. I'm allergic to cats. I'll sneeze my face off. Those things.
Cool name for a parrot.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. Nice. Nice. Cakes or pies?
Neither. I'm not a pastry guy.
At all?
Ice cream cake. I
Ice
can do
cream
that.
cake. Okay, we'll take it. What flavor?
They're both the mixed chocolate vanilla with the little
Swirl?
in between. Yeah.
Okay. All right, with that. Rough or smooth?
Smooth.
Indoor, outdoor?
Outdoor.
Top or bottom?
Top.
Public or private?
Private.
Car or truck?
Car.
Car or SUV?
SUV.
SUV or El Camino?
SUV. El Camino's a good looking, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of a useless
Best of
vehicle.
both worlds. Car, truck.
Yeah, it's 2-seater, and I got 2 kids. Where am I going to put them?
Fire and ice or ice?
Oh, fire.
Okay. All right. Crush or cubed?
Crushed.
Witches or wizards?
Wizards.
New Orleans or Vegas?
Vegas.
New York or Cali?
Are we visiting or living?
Let's go with visiting.
California.
Cali. Living?
New York.
New York.
If I had to pick between living in one or the other, I'd live in New York, but I'd like to visit California. Like Yosemite is amazing. It's beautiful out there.
I got you. You pick New York. New York or Florida?
I love Florida.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Live?
Yeah, everything.
Oh wow.
Live, vacation, the whole thing.
Funk's there.
Oh yeah. Well, I can always go somewhere else in Florida. But yeah, I love Florida.
All right.
I love Florida.
Straight or curly?
Straight.
Blonde or brunette?
Blonde.
Blonde or redhead?
Blonde. I have to say that my wife's blonde.
There it is. You got to do it. You got to do it. Top of the covers or under the covers?
Under. Cold in New York.
Okay. Ceiling fan or air conditioner?
Ceiling fan.
Okay. All right. Kinky or traditional?
I guess traditional.
All right. Okay. Juice or water?
Water.
White or wheat?
White.
Favorite accent to try to imitate?
England.
England. Okay. For the remainder of these questions, you will use your English accent.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Favorite seafood?
That would be lobster.
Lobster. Nice.
The lazy lobster.
Yeah. A favorite fish to hate?
To eat? Oh, that would be sea bass.
Sea bass. Okay.
Sea bass.
Favorite pizza toppings?
Pepperoni.
Favorite season?
Garlic salt.
Favorite seasoning? Favorite season? Winter.
Oh, season. I'm thinking pizza. Like, all right, pepperoni, garlic salt,
None
pepper.
of these have anything to do with each other sometimes.
I like the summertime.
Okay. All right. The summer.
The summertime.
Favorite shoe ever? Come on, New York.
Favorite what?
Shoe ever?
Shoe. The original Nikes with the corrugated edges in the front. I don't know if you ever had, when they first came out in the 80s, it was a low top with the red swoosh in the side and like when they hit, they were like
they got the ridges all on the bottom of them.
In the front, the very front, the dome part, it had ridges going down the top, and it had the red swish on the side, and they were low cut, and they were like that. That's the only option you had. And when they first, as a matter of fact, we called them Nikes because there was no commercials. We didn't know how to pronounce it until commercials came out, and they called them Nike. So they were just the bee's knees, man. If you had those, you were cool, you know.
There it is.
So now you look like an idiot wearing them, but if I had a pair, I'd wear them. I don't care.
Right on.
Bring me.
All right, back on your English accent. Favorite cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
Yep.
Right?
We already said that, didn't we?
We did. Midnight snack.
Favorite soft drink?
Pepsi. Favorite
day of the week?
Friday.
Favorite place for a piercing?
Piercing?
Hmm?
I guess an ear.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's pretty regular. All right. We know how you feel about a cat. What's maybe your favorite big cat?
Big cat.
Yeah.
Be the tiger.
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 Favorite department store?
Do we have? Was Walmart department store? Eh?
Yeah, we'll take the blind made Walmart for one.
We don't have a Wally World here. But I'll take it.
Favorite carnival ride?
How's that thing called? You know when you stand on the wall and it spins around and you get pinned to it?
We call it Tom's Twister.
Okay. Tom's Twister then, eh?
There you go. All right. Favorite fictional place?
I don't know.
All right. Remember your English.
Pass.
Huh?
Pass.
Hey man, I think it's a rule that you can't pass on here, but since you're new, we're gonna stick with it. I was about to say, are you a Harry Potter fan?
No.
It wouldn't be Hogwarts.
Say.
Baths or showers?
Baths.
Comedy or act? I'll say it again.
Bath.
Baths. Okay.
Bath.
Do you bar soap or liquid soap?
Bar.
Okay. Towel. Bah.
Bah.
Towel or loofah?
Towel.
Okay. All right. Comedy or action?
Comedy.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Comedy for the win.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right. You can drop the accent. That was excellent. That was very good.
I was painless.
That was dope. Now, here's a little game that we play for everybody. Chat's included. So, we're going to say something that we like as much as something that we really like. For example, and the chat will give some clues. So let's say the chat says car. Your phrase is, I like my women like I like my car. And then you give the reason why. So, for example, I like my women like I like my car. Old with a lot of mileage.
Wow.
I'm into that. Yeah. All right. So let's get her going. Chat. Let's drum it up. Let's get a couple of these. Give us some words. Give us some words to wordplay with. I like my blank like I like my blank. Let's go for it. What we got here, chat? Give it up. Get us something good here. Give us something good. And in the meantime, in between time, Don, if fish could talk, which would be the rudest?
Oh, flower horn. Sure.
Just period. What would the flower horn say?
He would just be rude. He'd just call me bad names and demand food. And then bite me. He'd probably bait me into putting my hand in the tank so he could bite it.
What a rude ass fish.
Yeah.
I like my women like I like my horse. Go for it, Don.
I like my women like I like my horse. Hairy with a long face.
Nah. I like my women like I like my horse. Tall and easy to ride.
Wow.
We got socks. Of course, Funk wants to go ahead. What we got?
I like my women like I like my socks. Warm and cozy.
Warm and cozy. I'm on the opposite end. I like my women like I like my socks. Old raggedy with a hole in it.
There's something wrong with you.
I'm into that.
Oh, boy.
All right. Job.
Oh, I like my woman like I like my job. I don't know, long and boring.
Your women
But not
are boring. I like my women like I like my job. Early in the morning, putting in a lot of hours. Oh, man. All right. Women and drinks.
I like my woman like I like my drinks, cold and flat.
Oh, I like the. I like my women like I like my drinks. Filled to the top, covered in ice. Oh, fish.
I like my woman like I like my fish. Sexy and sleek.
Hey, nice. I like my women like I like my fish. Smelly with spots all over it.
Oh, God.
I'm into that.
It's a pickup line.
Pizza.
I like my woman like I like my pizza, warm and spicy.
Ooh, nice. I like my women like I like my pizza. Crusty and very topping heavy. I'm into that. Animal says he likes his women like he's like his shoes, clean and fitted. Go ahead with shoes, Don.
Shoe? I like my women like I like my shoes. I don't know. Tight and clean.
Ah, nice.
There you go. I extolled you clean.
Yeah. I like my women like I like my shoes. Old and muddy. I'm into that.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Munoz, my man.
Munoz, I hate Munoz. He's just a little bitty little he gets on my damn nerves. Last one. I like my women like I like my cereal, Don.
I like my women like I like my cereal. Sweet and early in the morning.
There you go. I like that. I like my women like I like my cereal. Only a spoonful and crunchy. I'm into that.
Oh, boy.
Done. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them. Every chicken.
Would you rather go against all the animals in the world or all the undead in the world?
Oh, jeez, give me that. Give me the undead. Aren't they slow?
They're supposed to be, but if you're looking
I'm thinking I
these
can outrun them.
they're running fast as hell.
Yeah, I ain't outrunning the animals, but I might be able to outrun the undead.
Yeah, hopefully. If they are like the original Dead where they're coming at you like this.
Yeah.
Not the ones that's running after Will Smith and banging their head against
No. Like he'd be like the Dawn of the Dead ones that are just like,
Yeah, those ones. Yeah, we'll rock with that. Would you rather have no nose or no arms?
oh, no nose.
Gotcha. If you got turned into a fish, what fish would you turn into?
Let's go shark.
Okay, which kind?
Any kind of man eater.
I like that.
Big great white, something
Sure.
that everyone's gonna be scared to death of. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Dom, New York Gold, second in the hot spot for the year. He rocked that joint, didn't he? He rocked it, you guys. Hey, put in some ones if you enjoyed Dom. Put ones in the chat. Fill it up for him one time. Outstanding interviewee, outstanding breeder. He's doing his thing out here in the NY. Definitely go check out NY Gold. Definitely check out the Brooklyn Aquarium Society. He's a part of that. He's getting points right and left there. He's going to win that joint pretty soon. And he's been an outstanding interviewee here on Fishy Biz Aquatics. I'm so glad to meet you, Dom, and I really appreciate you for vibing with me.
I appreciate you having me on. This was a lot of fun.
I'm glad. I know it's 10:30 out there, and I didn't want you to stay out for too late, though, but I'm glad that you're here with me.
Decent turnout tonight too. You had
Yeah, for sure. So everybody, if you haven't got him in your algorithm, go ahead and plug him in. He's doing some great things. Check out his videos. Give him some thumbs up. Show him a little love. If you're in the New York area, definitely go check him out, man. What's some of your favorite LFSs out there in the NY?
There's one Empire on Empire Reef on Avenue U.
Mm-hmm.
There's Monster Aquarium in Queens. That's one of the stores that they have everything. They exotics, like all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a store that if you're in the tri-state, you got to go to that one. Even Joey came and he went to that one. It's really it should be on everyone's radar. It's one of those stores.
Looks like I have my next interviewee, Aqua Balls. Apparently, my wife, she's cracking up all over the floor, laughing so hard, telling me you don't dare get in that seat.
There you go.
So,
next
Aqua
up,
Balls, you're definitely invited to be up here next week, Monday, if you would like. And your wife can watch, or she could be part of it too.
You should have them both on
as well.
Have them both on.
Very first couples hotspot.
There you go. Couples hotspot.
We got the Balls family. This is going to be great. Hey, Aqua Balls.
Mr. and Mrs.
at Gmail. Let's set it up. And Mrs. Aqua Balls, got some questions for you too. I like my women like I like my. What the hell is that? Algae? Dinosaur? Green and wet is crazy. Listen, the ones are in the chat. GNC Lifetime Aquatics. Aquafunk is in here. Joe Munoz, the Nighter. Thank you for being in here. Wayne's Aquatics. Everybody, thank you all for jumping in and watching us tonight. This has been great. And listen, from St. Louis to New York, nothing but love. I appreciate you. You're always welcome here on Fishy Biz Aquatics. If you ever want to come up, if you ever want to, ask some questions or get some questions answered or just share some information with us, definitely reach out. From me to you, I really appreciate it, Don. Thank you.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anything you want to say to the people before you leave out?
No, do it again. Pick someone from the chat. Do this again. This is great. This is fun.
Yeah.
I want to be in the chat and breaking balls from that end.
You gotta see some of my previous ones from a couple years back. I've done John from KG Tropics. I've done Primetime Aquatics. I've done Didi. I've done Tazawa. I've done some pretty cool people, man. I still don't think no one beats Didi. And that one kid, what's his name, you guys? R&B something, where he was housing all the animals in his trailer, and he said it was he was saving them all. It was I've done some wild stuff. So definitely, man, we're gonna try to make it great for 2025, man, and keep this thing going, man. So I really appreciate you. And listen, everybody, thank you all for showing up and showing out. Chat, you've been real as always. And don't forget to come on back here on Monday and get rid of those Case of the Mondays. Come kick it with your boy, The Biz. And as always, here at Fishy Biz Aquatics, is professional aquatics with the amateur touch. So amateurs, yep, get that professional look. And this is the place where the wet stuff is the best stuff. And the best stuff is the wet stuff. All right, everybody have a good evening. And y'all have a great rest of the week. And we up out of her.